Nowadays, men are just pussies, right? Men are just a fucking shell of themselves. And I blame my generation. What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about 5 insecure behavior that confident men just don't do, all right? I get it, guys. We all have insecurities. As a man, I have my insecurities, all right? The most confident person you probably know has their own insecurities, all right? That is the way the world works. Everyone is insecure about something. However, how you manage that insecurity, that's what we're going to talk about today, right? Guys, these 5 insecure habits, instead of finding a way to better yourself and to overcome them, a lot of men are choosing to indulge in these behaviors instead of making themselves better. The number one insecure habit that men that are not confident exhibit and indulge themselves in is going to be making excuses. Making excuses as to why you are not in a better career field. Making excuses as to why you failed selection. Making excuses as to why you don't have the girl of your dreams. Making excuses as to why you're not in better shape. Once you stop making excuses and you accept personal accountability, then you can get to work to fix whatever you want to fix, guys. All right. That's how that works. Just like I'm going to stop making excuses as to why my arms are not as big as I want them to be. I'm going to go hit the gym. I'm also going to give you guys the rest of these insecure behaviors that men exhibit nowadays, right? If you haven't been over to GMFG podcast, he was just in studio. We filmed a couple of segments. Go over there, check him out. Johnny Glenn, show him some love. Let's hit the gym, and I'll come back to studio and end this segment.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, dig it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming.
What's going on, guys? We just got done with the gym, and now I'm over here at the apartments, just looking around, make sure everything's good to go. All right, my damaged building is getting built. It's coming along nice and neat. But every Monday, I like to get out here, take a look, make sure everything's going according to plan as far as the building, make sure that it's clean. Looks like grass is starting to grow, so I'm gonna have to start cutting grass here pretty soon. Can't stand cutting grass, but it is what it is, all right? But guys, number 2, as far as insecure things that men do, men nowadays have a habit of explaining themselves when they make a decision. And that habit right there shows how insecure you are as a man. You make a decision, you stand by it, and you shouldn't have to explain yourself to anybody. It can be as simple as, telling your friends, hey, we're going out to this restaurant to eat. And when your friend push back and say, why are we going there? You start explaining yourself. Oh, because they have good burgers, or because I like the waitress there, or blah, 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 whatever. You don't have to explain yourself, right? Hey, we're going to eat there because it's my time to choose, and that's the decision I make, right? Or you meet a girl and you tell her that you work in technology, and she asks you, why do you work there? And you start explaining yourself. Well, I work there because I get free computers, because X, Y, and Z. It's a sign of insecurity, right? You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. All the actions that I take, I know why I'm taking them, and that's all that matters. I don't need to convince other people of why I'm taking certain action, and you shouldn't either, right? Doing so in that light, guys, shows that, hey, I'm secure in my decision, right? I'm a competent and confident man, and I don't need everybody else to be on board with what I got going on. Right? So again, guys, that is explaining yourself to others when you shouldn't have to. Right? Confident men don't do that shit. Right, guys? I'm going to wrap up this police call. Then I'm going to go downtown and grab something to eat with some friends I have coming into town. What's going on, guys? Just got here to the mall. I got to pick up a new hat so I can look like a civilian and not like a military bum all the time. And almost saw an accident. That would have been pretty cool. And as I'm heading towards the mall, guys, I wanted to speak to you guys about insecure behavior number 3 that men nowadays do. All right. And that's going to come in the form of apologies. Now, I understand there's going to be certain times where apologies are warranted, but a good example is, you accidentally punch a dude in the face, you break his nose, got it. You got to apologize to him, right? Because it was a case of mistaken identity. You meant to hit somebody else. But nowadays, guys apologize for everything, right? They are walking on the sidewalk and they accidentally bump into somebody. Instead of saying, excuse me, they apologize. Right? They're at a restaurant and they ordered the wrong piece of food off a menu. Instead of, fixing it and saying, hey, give me this instead, they apologize, right? It's slowly starting to become the norm, and that's not the case at all. Apologizing does 2 things, right? One, it shows that you're not comfortable with who you are, right? It's a sign of insecurity. And 2, it acts as if you're asking permission from everybody when you're getting ready to do something, right? And that's just not how it is, guys, right? So again, guys, insecurity number 3, apologizing and essentially asking people for permission every time you do something, right? I'm gonna go in here, guys, grab this hat, and then I'll see you guys in the next segment.
This is just the beginning, I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting, living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming, okay, this a dream.
What's going on, guys? We're going to talk about insecure behavior number 3 that masculine men just don't do, right? And while I'm doing this, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to properly break in a brand new pair of boots. For rucking, for going to selection, for ranger school, sniper school, whatever, right? Because what you don't want to do is wear a brand new set of boots anywhere, because then you're going to get blisters and you won't be able to perform as well as you should. All right, to do this, guys, you're going to need a bucket, all right, full of warm water, and of course, your boots themselves, all right? So in lacing these boots, guys, just say a tip that I wanted to give you guys. When you lace your boots, I personally like to, instead of going right across, like going from here to here, I like to just go straight up with it, because it gives you that natural crease when you walk to where you don't feel any discomfort right in here. Because if you lace it across right here, whenever you walk, guys, it's going to rub against the top of your foot and it's very discomforting. All right. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna put these boots on while I give you guys insecure behavior number 3. All right. So insecure behavior number 3 comes in the form of complaining. Guys, when you complain, you do 4 things. Number 1 thing you do is you are relinquishing your power away, because in complaining, you're refusing to accept the current reality. Right. And if you don't accept your current reality, then you can't properly fix the problem. So that's the number 1 thing you're doing. Right. The second thing you're doing is you're conditioning your brain to negativity. Now, why do I say that? Because all you're doing whenever a situation happens to you is you're choosing to focus on the negative part of it, as opposed to realizing that from every situation that you find yourself in, there's always going to be a silver lining. What that silver lining is, it's up to you to figure out. But in order to do that, you have to condition your brain. The third thing that complaining does, guys, is it repels good people out of your life. Fact of the matter is, nobody wants to be around a negative person. If every time I'm around my friends, all they're doing is complaining about their situation and bitching and moaning, I'm not going to want to be around that. And eventually, I'm just going to stop hanging out with them. That's just the reality of it. All right, guys, once you're done and your boots are laced, then you're just going to grab this water and you're going to put your boot inside this tub of water. And you're just going to let it soak. Sit here for about 5 to 10 minutes. The last thing that complaining does, guys, it allows you to victimize yourself, right? It allows you to throw yourself a pity party. Oh, why me? Why did this have to happen to me? Now what? Okay, I lost my job. My girlfriend left. My kids are bad. Blah, blah, blah. All you're doing is victimizing yourself, guys. And I want you to understand something. That whatever's happening to you happens to everybody, right? At one point in time, somebody on this planet went through exactly what you're going through. The difference is they chose not to victimize themselves and choose to take it for what it is, and they found a way out of it. So keep in mind, when bad shit happens to you, learn from it and get better. Case in point, nowadays, men are just pussies, right? Men are just a fucking shell of themselves. And I blame my generation, the global war on terrorism war fighters, because while we're out there getting it, men were just getting as soft as baby shit to the point where we have what we have now. But instead of bitching and complaining about it, I'm choosing to do something about it, right? I'm getting on social media and I'm inspiring these young men to be better, to be more masculine. Now, if you look at the comment section at some of my past videos, you'll notice that a lot of guys are, bitching and complaining about, oh, this generation is this generation is that. Now, I'm not telling you guys to stop, using the comment section because we need that for the algorithm. But by all means, comment. However, I'm challenging you as a man, as a father, as a brother to do something about it. Instead of complaining about the quality of men that we're getting nowadays, what are you doing to affect that situation? Because at the end of the day, guys, those young boys, those young men, they're coming from somebody's household. They're coming from your household. You're their father. How are you setting that example? Are you showing them what a masculine man should be? Are you going to the gym? Are you practicing personal accountability? Are you learning to master, a weapon system or learning how to fight so you can defend him and his mother? What are you showing your young son? Because at the end of the day, all these young men that will want to cut their dicks off, they're coming out of a household somewhere, right? So instead of complaining, I urge you to do something about it, right? So yes, guys, once you soak for 5 to 10 minutes, now we're going to come out of it. All right, nice and wet. And we're going to go for a little jog.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.
All right, once that's complete, guys, do that about 2 more times, and then your boots will be ready to go. All right, we're going to go back to the studio, and we're going to wrap this video. Behavior number 5 that confident men just don't partake in is going to be bragging. There's a book out there by Dale Carnegie. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Right. And in that book, it speaks about how when you meet somebody, you just sit and you take a keen interest in them and let them talk about themselves. Right. And then once they realize that, oh, this guy's actually listening to me and he's paying attention, then they're going to reverse the table and ask you about yourself. That is the correct way to make friends, right? That is the correct way to befriend somebody. You don't just start bragging about yourself as soon as you meet somebody. You don't show people you're awesome by telling them how awesome you are. That is the quickest way to turn people off, right? They're just going to see you as somebody that's always bragging and that's always trying to show off, right? Guys, I hope these 5 insecure behaviors make sense. If you have any additional ones to add to this list, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves.